Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Monday, the 13th of December, comes to you from London. And we start by looking at just the energy mix. We're seeing a lot of green on the screen this morning, and in fact, our weekly call out to clients, out of the 24 instruments we cover in the energy market, none of them were bearish, and quite a lot looking quite bullish. So a good start to the week there, and that report went out to clients first thing. So that's just where we were a couple of hours ago. Looking at the energy mix, we are just seeing that lots of green on the screen. Let's take a look at the macro first, and then we'll come back and look at the energy mix. So remembering this is my weekly, daily and 60-minute chart, and this is the long-term, medium-term and short-term view of the market, and these are the tracker charts as I move down the list. So the dollar is looking more and more bullish. It's up 1/3% this morning. That's pushing us into bullish territory, so looking quite strong there, and we've got these upside targets, so quite a lot to play for this week. Euro is therefore looking weaker. On the short-term chart, it is actually below the cloud, so it's falling away there with downside targets dominating. Sterling sitting at 132.38 against the dollar. It's really struggling to break that level of the 132.40, so quite key there. And if we look at the chart with the euro, we're sitting at 117.49, so again we're weak here as well, so that's quite key. Taking a look at the Bitcoin, we're still below the $50,000 mark, so that's not good for the price. We're seeing here we did make the higher high, but we are just pulling back here, so that's less good news. And if we look at the S&P 500, we're also 1% lower, so 1% higher on Friday, but the key thing will be all eyes on the futures today. The S&P E-mini up 1/3%, the Nasdaq up by a similar amount. The VIX volatility is sitting steady at 1800, and we look in Europe this morning, we've got quite strong showings. The DAX is up 1%. So we're seeing here, having had a bad week a few weeks ago, we're starting to recover a lot of that ground, and we are back above the cloud on all three time frames, so that's better for European markets. Japan was up, the Hang Seng was slightly lower, and India was also down 0.88%, so we are seeing the markets just a little bit lower there as well. We'll look at the energy mix in a minute, but looking at gold, we're sitting at 1784, just can't quite get any higher. And of course the big thing that markets are watching for the moment is the likelihood of an interest rate rise, and that looks to be receding. Both the Fed and the UK looking set to not raise rates with the new variant of coronavirus, so the Omicron variant. So it does look like we are just seeing yields pointing lower, holding up bond prices, so the bond market's looking a little bit better. Looking at the energy mix now, we've got Brent Crude sitting at 75.51. Did fall away a bit this morning on the 60-minute chart. This is the daily chart, the 60-minute chart. That catastrophic fall that we saw in November really still weighing on the charts here, so that is quite key. Looking at US Natgas, we're looking stronger here. We've got a recovery now where we're through the cloud on the 60-minute chart. We found a bottom. We've got good upside targets into above $4, so looking more bullish there. Coal sitting at 118. Coal is actually bullish above $100 a ton. We're seeing here that level is pretty key there, so that's where we're sitting. Emissions are up 1.4% this morning because we had the big fall last week with that daily candle just showing there, then Friday's recovery, and then today. So we did find cloud support right on the cloud, and we are now in this range, 80 to 90 euros. We covered that in our report to clients this morning. MBP sitting up nearly 8% this morning, so that's looking stronger. Just jumped straight away, and we're now just holding that. We've got new upside targets there for MBP, so looking quite good. Keep an eye on those targets today on your systems. And the TTF, we're up 8% as here as well, looking strong for a further rises, and we've got good upside targets. German power is up 8% this morning on Cal 22. We're starting to look more and more to Cal 23, of course. And the fact we're making new high highs is quite bullish. We've jumped this morning, and we just now got to watch the price action. And Nordic Power, we were neutral really, but we have jumped this morning, so we've jumped out of that range on Nordic Power, so that's now quite key. We said above 100 we would be bullish. That's where we've gone, so that's looking better, and we are seeing some quite good action in Italian and Polish power, which we're covering in our weekly reports now as well, and that's pushing higher there. Italian power up 3% this morning, Polish power is up just 1%, but making new highs, so that's also significant. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.